Democracy greetings, however. Last time we talked about a triple S weapon, the Double Freedom Shotgun, which is amazing. Though today we are gonna talk about the worst primary weapon in existence of this game. I didn't think any gun could be so damn weak. Or not even a gun, any weapon could be so bad as this one. And I'm of course talking about the Blitzer. Why I think so? Why I hated leveling it up? Well, let's get into it. Looking at the stats, Arc-12 Blitzer has a potential, and quote, potential damage of 250, medium pen, infinite ammo, and RPM of 45. It also has 35 durable damage per arc, and each arc deals 50 damage. Now, it all might sound okay. Oh, but trust me, this shit isn't good. Starting off with this weapon's worst thing. Well, yeah, actually not the worst, but one of the biggest flaws, limited range. This thing cannot shoot further than 25 meters. And even on these 25 meters, I wouldn't advise to really shoot anything, because it will take ages. This weapon really has an effective range from 5 to 10 meters. Why from 5? Because, well, if the enemy is too close, the Blitzer will just shoot behind it, pass through it. It will ignore this enemy because it's too close to you. So you can only use this weapon from 5 to 10 range. So that doesn't sound good. Not only that, it is arc weapon. Usually that's not a bad thing, but considering this weapon, it is. It is really bad thing. First of all, you can't aim, so even because it's medium pen, you won't use that medium pen on the heavier enemies because you can't aim for the weak spots. Also, if enemy is behind cover or really anything is on your way, you won't shoot the enemy because it either shoots the center of mass or it shoots nothing. Also, issue coming from it being the arc weapon is that this thing will chain through or at least try through anything. And I mean like you, teammates, enemy, samples, objects, buildings, fucking particles in the sky. It will try to chain through anything, meaning its potential damage is rarely ever noticeable. Its damage drops extremely down. One thing that might sound good to you is that this weapon has stun. But this stun not only is really weak at start, it only pumps up after a couple of shots, but it is not enough to make out for every other flaw of this weapon. Especially that if you really want the stun weapon, this shouldn't be your pick. You should just take a pacifier or the pummeler. Both of them are better. Yes, even the pacifier, even though it's shit AR. Both are better, more lethal, and don't have limited ranges. So they will be better. And also pacifier as well has the medium pen and you can aim with this one. So I don't really see any reason to take the Blitzer if you have other stun options instead of this one. That's pretty much all I have to say without going into factions, so let's just maybe move on to the sector. Starting off with the squids, this thing, like I said, has so much issues. This is the faction with the most numbers of enemies in the entire game, which means Blitzer will chain through them like shit a ton, meaning its damage will drop so dramatically it will have problem with killing them. And even if there's no really army, one faultless sometimes take efforts to kill with this weapon. That's bad. Usually weapons should not do it. You should get easy kills on them. They are the fodderest enemies of this game. So you can imagine if this weapon sucks against the weakest enemy in the game, the Overseer is going to be even worse story. Don't really... I mean, you can try to stun it, but trying to kill it will be a hard time, especially with the lvled Overseers, because, like I said, this weapon can only reach within 20 meters, and elevated Overseers fucking fly. So good luck chasing them. Flash mob, don't even really bother. Same for the Stingray, because, well, of course, Stingray you won't reach. And same goes for the Harvester, which you will reach, but you can't aim with this weapon. Which means you can't hit the joint or the horn. It will go to the center of mass. Basically, I don't really see what this weapon could do on this front. It can't do anything. I mean, it can reset the Watcher. That's the only thing. But other than that, this is not worth taking. I mean, you can reset the Watcher in way more ways that are way better and way more lethal. And yes, I mean even the pacifier. So now for the bots. Tell me, why would you ever bring weapon that has limited range of 25 meters against a faction that you usually meet on the longer distances? But of course, that's not the only flaw of this weapon. It takes fuck a long time to kill the Devastator and Rocket Devastator. Why do I mention types of Devastators? Because when it comes to Heavy Devastator, you will not kill them. The shield will block every arc you shoot at them. I mean, technically, or more like theoretically, you can kill them, but it's a freaking miracle. I have no idea how it is possible. Here, shout out to Gundam Boy's video on this weapon. He somehow did it. I have no idea how. He doesn't have idea himself how he did it. On this faction there are only really two enemies that you can one-shot, which are of course Trooper and Rocket Striders. Yes, only the Rocket version, because well, they have the rockets which will explode if you hit them with Arc. Other than that, it will take like 3 shots to the hip to take down the Scout Strider. And these are only 3 types of enemies. I mean, technically 4 if we count Rocket Devastator and Devastator separately. Only 4 enemies that you can really hurt on this front. Because you can't aim really for the hit sinks, it will go for the center of mass, like I said a lot of times. So there is no way in trying to kill the Hulk or tank or whatever. The gunships, of course, they are way too far. And I will not even mention anything heavier than the Hulk. And of course, you can't really shoot through the walls, through the turrets, because, like I said, you can't aim with this weapon. So you can't hit that one little automaton behind the Gatling gun. You gotta use your grenade or the secondary to deal with it. So on this front, this gun is basically useless. It doesn't do anything good. It sucks on everything. And it can't do a lot. It barely can do anything. And like I said, it doesn't do it well. There is not even really much else to say. Only thing that it stuns enemies, like the Berserkers. That's it. Okay, I was shitting on this weapon throughout the whole video. Now I will continue to shit on it. But now I can at least say something good about this, because we are moving on to the back front. And here, it would be pretty decent. It is able to one-shot the warrior and everything below it. 3 shots on the Hive Guard, it's quite alright. And it doesn't suck that terribly against the Alpha Commander. Of course, anything bigger than the Alpha Commander is going to getting hit by a truck. Basically the same level. And notice that I said it would be good on this front, if not for it arcing through the ground. Because of that, you will sometimes even struggle to kill the hunter. Because most of the arcs will hit the ground, not the target. And if not for that, that would be pretty decent weapon on this front. It covers all medium and chef enemies, so only heavies to take care of. But no, it gotta hit the ground. And of course it still would be pretty useless against the Shriekers unless they are diving on you. But come on, if that wouldn't be Arc, and if it wouldn't split through the different bugs and through the ground, through the objects, through everything, it would be good, but because it does chain through the enemies, it deals no damage and it can't kill what it is good at killing. Decent at killing, at least. I don't even have anything really more to say here, because, well, this can't do anything else that I mentioned. As talking about anything bigger, there is no point. I'm just going to repeat myself one last time. It would be decent if not hitting the ground and multiple enemies at once, which makes it deal 0 damage. So, in conclusion, this weapon sucks as anywhere else above level 5 of difficulty, because it will have way too much trouble with anything else than chef enemies, so I don't see any point of taking it on the higher difficulties, which have a lot of heavies and medium enemies. So, like I said, stick with this weapon to level 5 or bring it to the super hell dive only in case you leveling it up to level 25, because on level 5 it will just take ages. And other than that, I'm done. I said everything about this weapon. I have no idea how you make this bad primary that it get F tier on every faction. No idea, really. Even the faction it was supposed to be good at, it is F tier. Okay, that's it. See you next time, Helldivers.